Nomadland is directed by Chloe Zhao and stars Frances McDormand as a woman who has basically uprooted her entire life and she's become a nomad. She's going around from place to place in a van, she's sleeping in the van, she's meeting all kinds of people while on the road, and she also takes poops in a bucket, amongst other things. But this story is basically about how, after a major thing has happened in the town that she grew up in and her husband's passing, she's basically decided to just hit the high road and see where life takes her next. And because of that, she finds out some interesting things about herself, and she finds out some interesting things about the people that she's meeting along the way. This is a film that I was very lucky to see just now in the New York Film Festival. It premiered last night. It was available virtually for only a few hours, so it was interesting watching it with a very specific time frame. And I know some people who couldn't finish the movie because at 11:59 p.m. it just cut off, which was kind of messed up, but I guess there's going to be more chances to see this movie, so don't worry about it. It releases officially in December, so there's some time. And you'll still get to see it by the end of the year. However, this just won the audience award at the TIFF, and it also won the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival, which is a pretty spectacular feat. And I was very excited to see this film after a few of my other friends, fellow critics, saw the film, and I have to agree with pretty much every one of the words that they have said about this movie. It's absolutely remarkable. Now, there's not a lot of footage I can show you because, unfortunately, the trailer for this film that came out a few weeks ago is really just part of the one tracking shot in the movie that goes on for a while. It's a beautiful shot, but I can only show you so many times, like, a continuation of that, and I don't want to do that to you. So I'm going to be on display for the most part of this review. Nomadland is a wonderful film. This might be my favorite movie of the year. What I really loved about this movie was how authentic it was. I've talked about this in previous reviews too for other movies, but I love when films can evoke this feeling of realism to them. There is, of course, the escapist cinema. We go to a lot of movies to just have fun, enjoy the sights, movies like the Star Wars series, DC movies, well, not exactly that DC movie, the Marvel movies, the Transformers movies, since we're talking about Frances McDormand and she was in the third one. Those kind of films are there, that's cool, but when films like this can give you like this slice of life and can show you something that you're not quite familiar with or not very well versed in, it's interesting to watch it from a more knowledgeable perspective. And Zhao definitely gives us that because I learned a lot about the nomadic lifestyle in America because of this, especially in the middle part of America. And the portrayal that is shown to us is quite affecting. Also, in this case, Frances McDormand does a brilliant job of portraying this woman who is going through this grief and she's discovering more things along the way. This is one of the best performances I've seen from her ever. And that's funny to say because when you have an actress as amazing as her, who has been in so many movies over decades now, she's a phenomenal actress. But someone said this the other day over a review of Nomadland, which was she never does the same role twice. Every time she does a new character or she has something new on screen, it's always another layer. There's always something new. And once again with Nomadland, she's proved that beyond the shadow of a doubt. Although with some of the beats here and there of other things. In fact, she has talked about how this is a combination of a few of her roles, particularly citing Fargo. And I can definitely see that over here. The score of this film is also absolutely gorgeous. This is something that you're going to hear a lot, and all the better for it. It has a beautiful soundtrack, and it's also gorgeously shot. Every frame of this movie is so wondrous to behold. You can't take your eyes off of it. The one perfect shot account on Twitter is just going to go crazy with this because there's so many perfect shots in this movie, particularly a scene around a cliff. I'm not going to tell you much more than that. It was a gorgeous scene. The way it's edited, the way it's written, it's just, this movie showcases that part of life so wonderfully. And also it shows the negative side of it. Because in this movie, there's also a point where it comments on this lifestyle, on how there are a lot of problems that have come with it, on what has led to people being on the road like this so much, how they're sort of not being able to accomplish certain things as a result of it, and how things have become a little either more desperate or it's just an escape. When you look at a film like this, there's definitely a scathing commentary to be provided on the working class and people who have retired, and there are going to be a lot of think pieces on that too, and I'm interested in reading a lot of those pieces as and when they come out, when people see this movie, which I imagine a lot of people have, because from what I know, most people already saw this either at TIFF or they saw it last night at the New York Film Festival. So I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on that. One thing I feel like could be an issue is that the pacing is a bit slow, but I never felt like it was slow. I mean, yeah, it's not a fast-paced action thriller of any kind. I mean, don't expect that. But it was a film that I never found boring. I never found like it was lulling at any point. I was constantly engaged with this film. It never left me off for even a second. This was wondrous to behold, and I've said enough praise about it at this point that I can just, cut to the chase. Nomadland is arguably my new favorite movie of the year. I absolutely love this movie, and I'm going to give it a very well-deserved 10 out of 10. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. I'm sorry things have been a little slow recently. If you follow me on Twitter or social media, I got a dog recently, and that's been taking up quite a lot of my time. I'll show him to you guys sometime soon. Looking forward for you to meeting him. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Look forward to more reviews very soon. As always, if you like this, please do subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the movies.